Welcome to the Get Mentally Fit Insight series, where we explore mental wellbeing and performance in the workplace. Hi, I'm Emily Johnson, workplace psychologist and co-founder at Get Mentally Fit. This month, I'm exploring communication skills. If we want to develop any skill, our starting point is getting some self-awareness around what our skill level is and what's working well for us. And in the case of communication skills, what is our communication style? We all have different ways of communicating and different communication styles. So some, dominant communication styles might be that you are quite an action-orientated communicator, or a process, step-by-step communicator. You might be a people communicator where you need to provide actions and processes, but you also need to ask the person how they feel. Or you might be an ideas communicator where you can really kind of expand upon explaining concepts and ideas. The trick, around understanding your own communication style is also having the ability to adapt to other people's communication styles so that you can be heard and you can converse constructively. Learning how to communicate respectfully and effectively is a learned skill. Listening is a powerful contributor to any conscious conversation. When we're in conversation, instead of listening effectively, we may be suffering what we call listening blocks. Listening blocks are unconscious techniques or processes that we go through when we don't want to listen to what is being spoken to us. There are roughly 12 common listening blocks that we can suffer from. As an example, we may be rehearsing what we're going to say, or we may be filtering out information or placating someone in our responses. And when two or more of these listening blocks are in action, it can really hinder in the transference of information, the process of information, and really break down the communication process. So when it comes to communication, we have three different styles. We can be submissive, we can be assertive, or we can be aggressive. When we're using submissive communication, we're very much putting the needs of other people in front of our own. On the other side of the scale, when we're using aggressive communication, we're putting our needs over and above someone else. When we're using assertive communication, we're considering the needs of everybody. And if you can learn to control and implement assertive communication, you can have some really positive outcomes. So, for example, three really positive outcomes of assertive, effective communication would be strengthening relationships, also problem solving, getting to the root of problems and dissecting things and coming up with solutions, and also building a lot of trust and connection between each other. When implementing assertive communication, we're really looking to guide and control a conversation. And to do this, we can use what we call I statements. And I statements can be broken down into four components. I statements are describing how you feel about someone's particular behaviour and putting forward some suggestions around some alternative behaviour that they can implement. I statements are really powerful in creating empathy. So what I mean by this is, if you're using a you statement, you're doing this, you're doing that, the other person is going to put up a wall. They're going to stop listening and they're going to try and cope, which usually means getting out of the conversation. If we use I statements instead, we're firstly talking about, this is how I feel because you're demonstrating this behaviour. It's having this effect on me, and what I need you to do is this, this, and this as an alternative. So if I can give you a super simple example, say you're constantly late for meetings with me. So I can say to you, I'm feeling really frustrated, so there's the feeling part, that you're late for the meeting. That's the behaviour part. The effect that it's having is it's putting me behind my schedule because we're rolling over the time. So there's the effect. And if you want to generate more empathy, then you can talk about the effect that it has on the other person. And I'm sure that causes you stress and frustration as well. What I'd prefer is that you give me a call and let me know if you're going to be late, or you reschedule so that we can have the time that we need to discuss what we need to discuss. And there's the alternative behaviour. So it's broken down into that. I feel because of this behaviour, it has this effect, and this is the alternative thing that I want you to do. As I mentioned before, communication skills take kind of perseverance, dedication, and skill development. So to implement assertive communication, it does take a little bit of practice. So I always refer to my clients to practicing in front of the mirror, on their pets, on their children, and just keep repeating the scaffold of I feel because, the behaviour, the effect, and the alternative behaviour. So the benefits of improving communication within the workplace are endless. It's fundamentally around being able to get your messaging across, being able to get people to understand the impact that their behaviour is having on other people, whether that's positive or negative, and working together in a way where people understand each other and understand what the outcomes that we're all trying to achieve. So it's going to assist with performance and productivity. Investing in developing communication skills results in a workforce having the ability to articulate their needs. It really helps with creating clear, concise, assertive communication that is going to build respectful relationships and get better results. So if you like the content of this video, please do explore our YouTube channel for other videos and get in contact if you're interested in taking a bit of a deeper dive into supporting mental wellbeing in your workplace.